Jesse Ventura has named you as his absolute all-time favorite opponent. I'm assuming you know that, but what was it about Jesse, or what was it that Jesse loved about you so much?
Because I would let Jesse be Jesse. Jesse had so much charisma, you know, and uh, we would we wouldn't even talk. We would walk into the ring, and we would go about 10 minutes without without touching, and he'd have the people ready to come in the ring and kill him. He got so much heat. He just knew exactly how to get heat. Uh, just the way he was, the way he walked. And then he would we had the simplest matches where we go to lock up. He'd lift up my arm and hit me. But he was smart. He would do everything behind the referee where the referee wouldn't see it. So he'd give me a shot in the ribs, and I would go down and I'd sell the shit out of my ribs. And, I would complain. I would tell the referee, he punched me in the rib, and, we'd go to Jesse, and Jesse would work it, and then we'd do it again. And, we'd go for, 15 minutes with doing nothing. And then I'd make the same comeback with him. Finally I'd block his punch, and I'd do it to him. And then he would sell it. He would leave the ring and, get more heat outside. And, we'd have a 20-minute match with, as little as possible. And you had the fans, going crazy. And a lot of guys did not let him do his gimmick.
Well, I was going to say, did he have physical limitations in 1986? I know he had the blood clots in his lungs. He'd attribute it to his days in the Navy. But, was he more limited then than he was in the AWA physically? Was he struggling for breath at times, maybe? I don't know.
I never sensed that. He was just a good worker. He was just a good worker. It was he would say, it was a night off. Working with Jesse. When I knew I was going to be working with Jesse, it was a night off. And I guess he felt the same way with me. Because I would let him do his stuff. A lot of guys weren't happy with, I worked according to my opponent. If I had to wrestle, I would wrestle. If I had to wrestle a big guy, I would let the big guy do his big guy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wrestled. I adjusted to my opponent, and I became a very good heel where I could do that.